Hi, my name is Mike Andes. I'm the founder and CEO of lawncarewebdesign.com, and I'm really happy to introduce you today to what we can do for your lawn care and your landscaping business in bringing in more customers via your website. So I think it's very important to realize that after 2020, what happened with the pandemic, there was really a monumental shift in the way that our target market does business. And what I mean by that is, in the past, maybe your clients didn't have email or they didn't go online, or they didn't have Facebook or YouTube. But that's all changed. Even if they're 60, 70 years old, they had to adapt during the pandemic to online shopping, looking at what people said on social media, looking at the news on their mobile device, and it accelerated by at least 5 to 10 years the adaptation of technology. And what that means for us as lawn care and landscape professionals is that if we are not online, if we are not relevant and professional looking on our website, we are going to lose out on business, and more so than ever, our target market, that's where they're going to be verifying and looking for more information when it comes to servicing their lawn and creating the landscapes that they want at their home. So whether it be they're trying to submit an estimate request form, whether it be you have a chat bot that's on your website and they are interacting with that, whether it be submitting a video on your estimate request form, whether it be just emailing or calling directly from their mobile device from your website and having the ability to have a mobile friendly website that they don't have to scroll way in, and they can have larger text easily be able to be magnified. These are all the little things that your website must have in order for it to produce more leads and grow your lawn care business. In the past, there's really always been two different options to have a website for lawn care landscapers. The first option is the most expensive. It would cost at least $5,000 to $10,000, an upfront fee that you would pay a web developer and a web designer, potentially a coder, to actually create your website for you. Now, the problem with this is that it would be a static design, meaning if you added services or you changed areas or you changed your hours of operations or you changed your phone number or you wanted to constantly add new pictures or video or add a new blog or text or a new web page, those things were very difficult, especially if that web developer charged even a bigger fee once you come back for those edits. And it's very hard to do that. Not only the upfront initial cost, and you're kind of gambling on the fact that the website's going to turn out okay, because you don't really have any proof before you give them $5,000 or $10,000. But then more so is the fact that the website stays static. You don't want to go pay another $2,000 for them to revamp it or add some video and text. You can't just constantly change and improve it because you don't have access to the code and you don't have the ability as the designer to actually make the changes yourself. Option 2, you get a lot more control. And that is because you build the website yourself. You use Squarespace or Weebly or so many of these different website builders like GoDaddy that you can actually build your website yourself. The problem with this is a lot of times they don't look super professional. The design isn't great. They're sort of clunky to click around on a mobile device. They're slow to upload, and it just isn't a good user interface. And moreover, the SEO or the search engine optimization is really not that great. And so the beautiful thing about option 2 though is it is cheap. It's like $50 or less to go buy your domain and get a decent looking design. And I think it's a good place for you to start if you're just getting started and you're wanting to have a very low budget. But if you're wanting to scale your business, you want to charge premium prices in your market for higher margins, you need a good looking website. But you might not want to split with $10,000 to $15,000 for that upfront cost of building the website that looks good. And you might not want to have the keys to your website being held by somebody else, and you can't make changes. You can't make changes around fall cleanups and change the pictures to be around fall cleanups. And then in the winter, change it to a video in the background of you snow plowing. These are all things that we can do at Lawn Care Web Design, and that's what Lawn Care Web Design is. It's a bridge between these two, and it really takes the best of both of those worlds. It takes the best of, hey, we're going to create a great looking, great SEO friendly, mobile friendly, highly productive website for you that looks great. But it's not going to come at the cost of $10,000 up front. There is no upfront fees, and there is no contract. We don't have a contract, and if you want to try this out for 3 to 6 months and you just don't like it, just send us an email. I'm not going to call you and try to upsell you or oh no, why don't you stay with us for a little longer? We will not do that. We'll simply cancel. If you don't see the value in our services, we will simply cancel, and there is no contract. That upfront $10,000 could much rather be spent on your advertising, your equipment, your employees, and then pay the $399 that we charge at Lawn Care Web Design to build the website, get it up and running, and then just pay that every single month, and your website stays up, and you can constantly change it. That's the best of option number 2 in the past, has been that you have full control. Well, now you send us an email with some pictures, a new video, maybe a certain banner or promotion that you're trying to run in your local area because of a certain time of year. We can put that up within 24 to 48 hours typically, have those changes made on your website so it's not static, and you can make the changes that you need. If you want to add some text, or potentially you want to add a new service to your business. These are all things that we can do, and there is no extra cost for those things. So that $399, in my opinion, once you are ranking well on Google, and we try to get that within 6 months. It really is going to depend a lot on your area and how many competitors you have, but most of our websites are in the top 3 spots of Google in their respective areas within the first 6 months. And once you get to that part, once you get to that spot on Google rankings, you are going to have the best ROI, because guess what? You don't have to pay for someone to click when you're ranking well on Google. It's called native search rankings, which means I don't have to pay for it. It just ranks well because it loads fast, it's a great design, and because the keywords and the titles of the pages and everything is aligned to make sure that people in my area, my city name, my zip code are going to find me at the top of Google. And once you get there and people are clicking, you don't have to pay. Your customer acquisition cost basically becomes zero. You don't have to pay for leads over and over and over. And I truly believe that $399, it makes up for itself because of one thing. If you're able to raise your hourly rate by, let's say $5 per hour, because now the professionalism that you're bringing at value proposition and what the customers, their perception of value, when they see a great looking website that looks great, they don't have to scroll in to try to find how to call you or your contact information, little tiny text. It's all mobile friendly. It's all been designed for their use. And I truly believe that if you have that great professional website, you can raise your hourly rate by at least $5 per hour. So let's say you have a couple employees, and in a month's worth of time, maybe you do 1,000 hours worth of work between all the projects and all your lawn jobs and all the rest of it. If you do 1,000 hours worth of work and you charge $5 more per hour because the value of your website is so much better than all of your competition, guess what? You just earned yourself $5,000 more because of that perceived value increase to the customer, and you only have to pay $399. I truly believe that your website is your best marketing tool, value creation tool, and the thing that's going to set you apart from all the other competition that's trying to charge and is trying to compete on price. A great website can separate you from the pack and allow you to charge that premium price that allow you to have the higher margin services and higher margin business to make you more profitable. So a couple questions you might have, and that is, first of all, do we use a template? Like, do we just copy and paste everyone's websites? We don't. And you can look at our other sites on the page here underneath our portfolio and see at least 10 or 15 of the different sites that we've built. Some of them might have similar elements because people like certain things, but most of it's completely custom. We build it from scratch, and we're going to work with you to make sure that your logo and the colors in that logo are going to be exemplified throughout the design of the website, and it looks very visually pleasing. We'll be doing it through email, and it can be done pretty quickly. Between 2 and 6 weeks is how long it's going to take for us to build the website. The biggest variable of how long it takes us to build your website is going to be how fast you can get the pictures, your logo, if you want a video in the background, your contact information. If you can get all of that stuff to us, the text that you want for all the paragraphs, you can type that out. Send that to us in an email. The faster you do all of that, we can get your site up much, much faster as long as you give us all of those details. And we'll be giving you that list of the things we need from you as soon as you get signed up and get ready for Lawn Care Web Design. So another quick clarification And that is, you don't have any access to me. I don't build your websites. I'm not the best developer in the world. I know enough about search engine optimization, and from a marketing standpoint, I overlook the operations and the team here, and I make sure that each website is going to conform with the things that I believe are the best thing for this industry and the best converting when it comes to leads and people coming to your website. So things like your estimate request form being above the fold, a background video that loads fast, because if it's slow, Google is going to massively penalize you on their rankings because they want fast loading websites, to making sure that you have accessibility settings where people can increase the size of the text, that they can easily change the color contrast. These are all little things that allow you to rank better, and these are things that I make sure are in every single one of our websites. And so even though you don't have direct access to me, you're not going to talk to me in the setup process, our developers and our team are going to help you and guide you through every single step of the process. I do oversee the whole operation and make sure that everything that I know is good for a lawn care business to have, I'll make sure it's in your website. And a couple of quick things. Some people ask about how do we do SEO? One of the first things we're going to do is we're going to look at all your competition. We're going to see what they're doing for SEO and where the holes are in terms of what keywords we could potentially get in faster. Because maybe if you're in a really, really competitive market, we won't go after the word lawn care. We might go after the word lawn mowing, if that's one of the services you're really targeting, and we rank much, much faster in a very competitive environment. So we take a very specific and customized approach to not only the design, but the SEO for every single one of the markets and territories and websites that we build. So make sure you fill out the form. We look forward to seeing you. The fastest way to do this is basically fill out the form, make your first month's payment. And if you have any questions, just email info@lawncarewebdesign.com. We'll get back to you, and I look forward to working with you. I look forward to seeing what your website is going to do for your business, improving its professionalism, raising your margins, and making it more profitable. I'm Mike Andes, and we'll see you soon.